Okay, we are back going into game number 3 of this first draft with Guilds of Ravnica. This is the extended version for those of you interested in seeing how it ends and where it all goes from here. Welcome. It's me. It's CGB. It's another day in the arena. And what will our Grixis Devious Cover-Up control deck do next? We certainly bumbled our way through that win against the Boros token type thing. Oof. Again, like these hands, I think in draft you just have to keep things that in standard you would turn your nose up at, because generally it's hard for the opponents to curve out perfectly. It does feel weird in best of 1 though, and perhaps we have to take a different strategy with best of 1, and I don't have enough experience yet. Alright, this is the third white deck I've played in a row. They've all been Boros so far. Drawing a land off the top is obviously not good. Electrostatic Field versus Healer's Hawk. Obviously not good. Oh, it's a constructed deck. Didn't this just win the Pro Tour? I think it did. Oh my goodness. This might get absolutely disgusting. Still, what were we doing with our time anyway? This isn't the fastest clock yet. We have a ton of removal and counters, and our opponent's on 2 land. And we're on 8 land. Literal 8. That's what we drew. But if we get to cast this, it's a lot of removal. Alright, the clock continues. Hey, you're a creature. Where were you? You could have made this cheaper, but we drew you on the perfect spell, so that didn't happen. The perfect turn. I said spell, but we drew it on the perfect turn where this didn't get cheaper, so we could cast it early. More hawks. So many hawks. Oh, why, God, why? Alright. We'll save this for a last second play. We don't have a second black for Deadly Visit, which is one of the cards that we can fetch, but we've got a lot of good instants and sorceries. Direct Current, I think, is going to be what takes out these hawks. Our opponent plays a 3/4. Okay. And it still doesn't get through the field. So here we go. Invent, please. Search for an instant and a sorcery card. Bang. Alright, for a sorcery, I think that easily the best pickup is going to be a Direct Current. It can take out the hawks, so I'm going to grab that. For an instant, well, I think Hypothesis is best. Draw 2 cards, discard a non-land card, 4 damage to a creature. So they're both removal / card advantage, and then we draw Deadly Visit that we can't yet cast. Alright, let's kill some, because we're bottlenecked on our red mana, let's kill some hawks. Play another land. I'll pass the turn. Hypothesis is most likely to kill the Restorer. Perhaps I should have killed it first because Convoke is, you know, a thing. And it is indeed still a thing. Alright, hawk only. Alright, I will Hypothesizzle. I drew a swamp, so what do I want to discard? I guess I can discard the Sinister Sabotage. Yeah, our opponent is on 2 white, and they're playing pretty weird cards, so let's kill the Loxodon Restore. We do have more counter spells in the deck, after all. Another black can turn on Deadly Visit. Let's use Direct Current to take out this hawk. Discarding another blue. Alright, the opponent lacks good attacks, so I'm going to wait on this Deadly Visit until they do something to our blockers. Show that they can do something about them. If they play another flyer, we'd rather hit another flyer. Yep, there you go. Mono white, perhaps? Or that mana screwed. Well, Beacon Bolt can do the job. Deadly Visit's unlimited in its power, where Beacon Bolt can only do the number of instants of sorceries we have. So, down goes the Charger. And pass the turn, I think. I don't see a big reason to Beacon Bolt the Ladev Guardian at this point. And we've drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 land. So there's only 6 left in the deck, I believe. So the draws should get better. Better and better. Here's another Wall of Mist, that's nice. I'm going to keep holding my lands back, though, for jumpstart shenanigans. This can pump a Witness, but what if they attack? I suppose there's nothing to punish an attack, because, yeah. So this is a good card to kill. I have 4 blue sources and 3 red, that's why I saved the red. Our opponent still has a handful of gas, though, and when that hand starts to come online, we could run out of removal spells if they're good cards. If they're not good cards, we're okay. Alright, that's a very clutch one. That could be a big deal. Legion Guild Mage. 4 mana, draw a card. Red and X, copy an instant or sorcery spell with casting cost X. So paying double for a Deadly Visit is hard, but there is an Electromancer. This is another Stalwart. Can I copy a Deadly Visit? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, red. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can, but I think it goes off, it doesn't go off the modified cost, it goes off the actual cost. So that doesn't work. Which is too bad, but in the meantime, that Stalwart, similar to the last one, should go. Let's get it done. Devious Cover-Up, Chemistry's Insight. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. I'll draw the Cover-Up first. Why not? And do I play my other land? How much Jumpstart do I have left? I still have a Sonic Assault. And I have the Chemistry's Insight coming up. I think I can play 1. I think that 1 is reasonable. The Marshal, yep. Marshal was a big hit in the last game that we played. Take a Cover Up, take an Insight. We might just end up cloning this, so I'll pass turn. But whether or not to clone it will depend on what happens on the opponent's side of the board. They found their 4th plains, their 4th basic plains. I wonder how many lands they run in this deck. They're halfway through their deck. By God. Candlelight Vigil. +3/+2 and Vigilance. Yeah, that's a big creature. Let's start with drawing some cards. See if we draw. What could we draw? Sonic Assault would be okay. There are 2 of the Storm. What is the Storm card? Still, why don't I just cover it up and shuffle those back into the deck? This is all their mana for the turn. I think that sounds great. Okay, so you. Get back in there. Take that action. So I can play Insight for 3, but I can't copy it, or I could draw 1 card with my Guild Mage. I think it's better just to use the Insight for now. The Guild Mage will do its work. I might as well get as far ahead as I can on each turn. Alright, don't need that Guild Gate anymore. The slow, painful electrostatic field death. Oh, there we go. Found a Trotta. Alright, and we have a counter to protect. So come on out. You have a job to do. So 2 mana can counter. We can't invent the same turn, but we can draw a card the same turn if we play a land, so why not? And away we go. Alright, no attacks, and it's not Settle the Wreckage for once. Welcome to draft. Legion Warboss. Command the Storm. Oh yeah. Creatures are piling up now. You can exile the Guardian, and then the Warboss gets better. Do I play it this turn? I don't think so. I don't feel like I have to. Instead, I'll play another Goblin. Make these extra cheaps. And we'll see if our opponent has some effect here for Etrata. Exile you. Shuffle you back in. End the turn. At this point, if it's not a mono white deck, then it's the worst draw of all time. Alright, so we can draw a card, or we can invent. Can we copy it? No, because I'm sure it costs 6, not actually 4. That's the reduced cost of the Electromancer. So we'll do this, and we'll draw a card. More sizzles. I guess we'll get Cover Up, though, instead, and just have endless counter spells. And we'll grab the Deadly Visit. And the deck has gone completely crazy. But this is how we keep finding Etrata. There you go. Let's play the Warboss. Move to combat. Send our little Warboss token. We could send our Electromancers too. Although they really help with casting our spells, so maybe not. Maybe not the Electromancers. I don't want to have to use any instant speed shenanigans like Command the Storm on this stuff. They can start moving the witnesses out of the way. And end the turn. And yeah. You can concede. This is a really nasty lock where they can't really cast spells, but Etrata keeps coming back, so they can't get out of it. And yeah, vicious. Vicious control mage shenanigans. This hand has 2 lands, one of which is basically a dead land. An electrostatic field on turn 2 is nice, but if this were an island, we're actually being punished really hard for this splash. I'd consider keeping it, but I can't. Better. Still really slow, like just about all the hands that we seem to be keeping. I haven't had a turn 2 barrier. Well, I guess I did in one game. I just haven't had like a turn 2 Guild Mage, and we've had turn 1 Healer's Hawk on 3 out of our 4 matches so far. So, I think that most people only know so much about the format, and it's Healer's Hawk. Alright. I wonder if it's another mono white deck. We don't have anything to use with the Beacon Bolt yet. That's frustrating. Green, white. First time I've seen Selesnya. Let's see if they have some Convoke shenanigans to really crush me. Pretty nasty. That's pretty tough. We're going to be looking to the top of our deck for land to turn on Command the Storm. Hypothesisal. I wish I had all the crabs in this deck. I think I cut one of them. Really need the crab in my life. Not a lot of risk to attacking with a vigilant creature into a creature that can't kill it. There's only upside. And the upside would be if I don't block. Or if I do block and you wish to kill the crab with combat tricks, so I can't even fathom why. What they could be thinking about. What thoughts could be going through the brain. Alright, everybody wishes to attack. I think my blocks are here. Because the opponent gets one more point through. I'm just trying to live and get as many looks at more cards as possible. Yep, that'll do it for that game. A mulligan and one less land than we needed. And some mana issues in both hands. Ta-da. Magic. Do we have an early play? No. These hands never seem to. What on earth? But, oh well. Again, land spells keep. Hand doesn't do much, but you look to the top of your deck to help you out, because lands are good, spells are good. When you can actually cast them, or you can cast the other things. You can wait, though. It's gonna be a while for you. Ooh, our other black card. Both of you, hang out over here for a while. Really? Well, our opponent's in a nastier place than we are, so that's something to take some solace in. I will counter the Locket. I can't believe I'm doing that, but it makes green mana, and our opponent seems a little mana messed up. Ooh, the crab, MVP crab? It's not likely to do anything good against Golgari. Can't the black spells kill it? Wouldn't I be better off drawing deeper into my deck for the lands that I need and the better cards? Still, MVP crab. Ha! How you doing? We can hit you for 5 with invert. Oh, forest off the top. Must be nice. Undercity Necrolisk. Sacrifice another creature to put a counter on it, and it gains menace until end of turn. Alright. Legion War Boss. Message for you, sir. Aw. Had a feeling. But now it's on the battlefield if we draw a land for Command the Storm next turn. We could even Sonic Assault to get it rolling if we deemed ourselves desperate. Golgari likes to make a mess of the board. And now all of a sudden we got creatures for days. Swarm Guildmage. 2 life and +1/+1 menace can be a good finish. Alright. Well, it's a card. We'll probably do this every turn for a very long time. Now, I could invert the Snitch, and that would have killed it, which is pretty funny, but I don't care enough about the Snitch, And invent getting me my best cards is probably a lot better. Has to be a lot better. Let's see, if you go to 4, whatever. So what's the shenanigans? What's your shenanigans? Happy to trade my war boss for it. Pack's favor, convoke, +3/+3. Okay, so that's 6. This is still 7. And it's targeting the crab first. So if we do flip this, it will kill the war boss and the crab, but we will take down the Necrolisk. And this is only as a sorcery. As it is, I'll lose my crab and still have a war boss. And I'll trade my crab for this. Alright. Let's try it. Our opponent could have yet another thing. And that would be obnoxious. But I'll take the risk. War boss isn't doing anything. That Necrolisk can get absolutely nasty given time. Let's get it off the field. Golgari does like getting their things back, which is scary. But, oh well. So we could command the storm, kill the guild mage. I like playing Etrata though. Make them deal with Etrata. Do you have a solution? They do, and it's a good one. I mean, it's even a legendary creature, so Price of Fame does the 2-mana mode. Complete with Whispering Snitch. Life is good for our opponent. Mana issues make it hard. I'd love to hold up Devious Cover-Up, but my opponent hasn't played much. I guess I'll use a Command the Storm this turn. I'll either counter what they do, or I'll Command the Storm their Guild Mage. Let's get some stuff off the board. I don't like playing a creature and hoping it can block. Alright, this says when it enters the battlefield, 1 life for each creature in your graveyard. We can put back in Invert, Sabotage, Etrata, and Crab, which is all good. Yep. I think I'd even cut the war boss from this limited deck, which is weird, but maybe we just haven't seen a draw that made it a thing. We just haven't seen a crab type draw, perhaps. Alright, well, we can play 2 creatures. And save Command the Storm. Alright, let's do it. Well, what's our opponent's trick now? They still have plenty of resources. Are they going to use more pump spell shenanigans? No, no attack. Okay, well, they're sitting on a Swarm Guild Mage, which can gain 2 life if they're doing nothing. I think I'll try to kill it. Drawing the Direct Current there feels right. I planned to kill it anyway, but I didn't want to use a Command the Storm to do it. I really didn't. Alright, that's their turn. I'm a happy player. Plus we get 1 damage to the face. No attacks. No reason to get in combat with the Snitch. Pilfering Imp. Well, that will need a turn to come online. We can discard the Sonic Assault pretty freely to Direct Current if we want to protect our Deadly Visit and our Command the Storm, which I do. Could also discard a Mountain. But Sonic Assault just isn't doing much here, and believe it or not, I'm starting to miss my land. Ta-da! Now we have Command the Storm open as well if we need it for some reason. Settle in. These games take forever. Pitiless Gorgon. 2/2 Death Touch. Would I trade my Electromancer for that? I might. Electromancer is not having a huge impact on much. Okay, well, that really helps the Electromancer's case. Let's see what we draw. Play it now because I may still want to hit a land drop. Ooh. League Guildmage, huh? Yep, let's get you out there. Vicious Rumors. Well, sorry, Deadly Visit. I hung on to you as long as I could, and there goes an island. I'll have to shuffle you back in with a cover-up later. And there is a Lurcher. Ooh. 5/5, though, is the magic number. And another black right off the top. Odd. Timing is everything, friends. I don't think I'll bring back the Insight. To wait or not to wait? That's always the question. Our opponent has a Pax Favor, for example, but I can cast 2 Command the Storms? No, I can't. I'm short. Short 1 mana for that. Alright. Not to wait. I don't know what other little tricks like Status Statue our opponent might play, but I'm not going to fall for it. I'll take the sure kill while I have it. Oh my. They got some big things. Well, we have a Sonic Assault to hold it off for a turn. I don't think I have to panic and use Command the Storm here. Besides, we can trade the Molder Hulk for something. And I don't want to block. I want my Electromancer. Right now mana is a bit of a premium. Now I have something to discard to the Sonic Assault if I wish. I can also pay 4 mana to copy it. So I could tap their 2 things. I guess that's not bad. Get some damage in. The other way is, do I find a way to block? Maybe it's better to copy a Chemister's Insight? I'd need 1 more mana for that, and I'd have to discard another card, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. Do I do a block, damage, then Command the Storm? I'd like to draw a worse creature, but I just don't play many. The Deadly Visit's in the graveyard. That's the unconditional removal. What would Beacon Bolt do? Beacon Bolt would do a lot here. Trying to figure out how long I can sit back and wait on this Molder Hulk to beat the tar out of me. Or if I should just be commanding it right now. They reveal their hand. You choose a non-land from that player's graveyard or hand and exile it. Coming after my hand. Well, it has to be non-land, so we can discard this Command the Storm to use the Sonic Assault. Or we can cast the Command the Storm and take out a Gorgon, perhaps. I can use the Sonic Assault, then discard this for the Chemister's Insight. I think I like that the best. Alright, so target creature you, discard you. Resolve. And so they can exile this card from my graveyard. I don't get to respond to that, but I guess I still draw a card with the Guild Mage, so that's my play when they take away my insight. Come on, Etrata, show up for me. Okay. And that also has Death Touch. Fun. Alright, they're trying to turn up the heat. Let's draw a card. Get some more information. Another Electromancer. That makes this block pretty good. It's getting rough in here. Oh my goodness. That's big removal. When it enters the battlefield, it can fight a creature. Our opponent's choosing to fight the field. Okay. And just you. Let's draw a card and get information. You're late. You're too late. Okay, we'll have to block. We don't have to. But I think I have to prevent the damage, or there's so many looks at lethal next turn. Etrata, you are also late. I'm going to keep playing out land. Well, I guess if I draw Beacon Bolt, like that's the draw, right? If I draw the Beacon Bolt, things could be okay. Still, God, I need my lands. I may as well have my cover-up available. Alright. It also gives me more draws. We can shuffle back in Deadly Visit, other cover-up, which is not a draw, by the way. Prey upon. Yep, that gets covered up. So, since drawing another cover-up doesn't save me, should I shuffle it back in? Since drawing other Command the Storms don't save me, should I shuffle those back in? It just gives me more dead draws. But in the long game, I probably need them. Let's see, there's 23 cards here, 16 here. I guess the Etrata kill is still on the table. Yeah, I need more removal. There's no question about it, so... Resolve. Take action. We want some. Stompy and Hulk and Poisoner. Alright. I will triple block. I will double block here. I will take 7, go to 3. I'll lose my Legion Guild Mage. I'll come back with Etrata, exile Molder Hulk, and there's not lethal on the other side. And we've got a lot of spells in our deck, so hold on. Please don't have another trick, please. And don't draw Surveil, because Whispering Snitch could end the game. Oh my goodness. Alright. It's the only play. I'll hold on to it. We draw Beacon Bolt. We're going to need it. In fact, Beacon Bolt is our best draw. Deadly Visit. You weren't good enough, were ya? What could I do? Put a Direct Current in the graveyard? I believe I already exiled that. Command the Storm? Nope. Nope. Man, I can't believe I lost that one. Maybe you can point out where I screwed up. If I did something wrong. The Molder Hulk really brought it. Just a 6/6 body I couldn't deal with. If I discarded the Deadly Visit at some point, that was probably a big mistake. And I think that was in that game. Alright. Also, having the War Boss in my deck might be the biggest mistake I've made. It's the wrong deck. I thought I could kill all my opponent's stuff and this would be a legitimate win con, but wrong deck. Hey, we have early plays for the first time in the draft, so I'm excited to try this hand. We'll play an Electromancer. And that over the field because we might get an attack with it. And then if we untap from here and have Sabotage available, then I guess you saw why the War Boss should be in the deck. No Righteous Blow from the opponent, that's fortunate. I was a little concerned, but still, I don't like playing around cards in the dark. The Peacemaker is here. It is a 3/3, but this is the kind of game that you play where you just remove what's in the way and you run over what's in front of you. Mentor creature. Hiya. They're now at 14 with quite a ways to go to get back in it. They've got a 4/3. Vanilla 4/3. Gross. But what do we do about it? If we attack with the War Boss and Mentor, if we attack with 1 token and the other 1/1 token, we actually don't have an easy solution. My most tempting play is to get out the Crackling Drake. We could cash in the War Boss, so to speak, and still get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and our opponent's down to 7. And we have a counter spell for their next thing. And it seems like they're dead in 2 turns, so I like that line. Back in the Rabble Master day, you had to know when to just attack with your Rabble Master. Legion War Boss isn't quite that good, but can still create a lot of damage and a heck of a board state. Down to 7. The next attack, if our opponent can't field 2 blockers here, we'll put them to 2. So that's what we will counter with the Sabotage. Oh, I could have played the field. I forgot about Electromancer. And there's a Command the Storm off the top. That should finish it. But yeah, I should have played Electrostatic Field. I forgot my Electromancer reduced the cost of my Sabotage. But here we go. Let's see what happens. Do they have a way out? Alright, a little vengeance from that rough Golgari game. Four wins in our first draft. I wasn't sure what to expect. I honestly, you know, you and me, you're here, you're fans. I didn't know what the heck would happen getting back into this, my first time playing the format, but getting to 4 wins feels nice. Of course, I always want the 7. Nothing really does it for me except for the 7. Everything else leaves a nasty taste, but it's good to get a little bit of that gem pile back and feel like you got a winning record at least. Demir Gilgate, this hand is fine. Not a lot of reasons not to keep it. It's unfortunate that the current can't be played right now, as it's usually best in the early game, but it's still a good card. Let's get out the Electromancer instead of the wall. There's nothing to block it this time. Good old red-white. Players love white so far. We've played against this kind of color combination so much. Oh my. So, our opponent does have Swiftblade Vindicator. Let's test them. Let's see if they're willing to trade away that Vindicator. I'd trade it because I have another. No? Okay, so we could play a Wall of Mist and get our blocks on. We could play another Electromancer and have Invent Invert available next turn. We could hold up Sinister Sabotage for whatever our opponent is thinking about doing next. None of these are really good at getting us our next land drop, which is pretty unfortunate. But I'll play the other Electromancer. If the opponent has a way to pump the Vindicator way up, then the Wall of Mist can still brick wall it soon. In before Tajik. Maniacal Rage. Egads. Never mind. That is a lot. Menace 3/3. Isn't that how it works? Let me see. Oh, +2/+2 and can't block. It can still block. Okay. Sorry. Learning cards. Alright. Rough draw. We didn't get the land. Let's see. If we block with both, it won't work because the first strike will take out one, and then there won't be enough for the other. Can't block, remember. So I think here I hold up a counterspell for a turn because I just can't let anything else crazy happen to the board. Next turn I might be able to invert or draw some kind of removal spell to kill this. But we can't let things get further out of hand. Fresh Face Recruit, I'll sabotage you. Radical Idea. Graveyard. It's too bad I don't have another blue available to use it now. And our opponent had Double Spell, which is exactly what you need when your opponent has Counterspell. Yuck. Looks like a sad ending. It's not quite over, but it feels over. I will discard the cover-up. We're too far behind to keep leaving up mana. We found a land. That's something. We can play the Wall of Mist and use Radical Idea again, probably discarding Direct Current. But then we at least have a blocker. Do we attack? We have Sonic Assault in the deck. We have Direct Current in the hand. I don't quite have the mana for any of it. Legion Guildmage represents a lot of inevitability. Direct Current can take it out. I can't take extra damage here. How risky can I play? I think I have to pass the turn. If only I had a way to give this a point of... I could switch the power and toughness. Can't block, huh? It's pretty good. Ugh, what a horrible game. Well, that's the way our first draft ends. Just such a meh. Such an ugly draw. Alright. Let's see. Prizes. 2 packs and a little bit of gems. Wait a minute, how much did I pay to enter that? I paid 750 gems. Okay, this is a much different prize structure, isn't it? Where do you actually get your money back? 6 wins? Wow. I guess they're really valuing that it's a keeper draft, but I don't really care about the cards. That's awkward. Let's open our packs, I suppose. And let's see all of our 5th copies. Yep, all 5th copies. Every single one. Got the whole set. Literally nothing. All right. And apparently this, I guess we didn't play green or white. Those are the 2 colors we didn't play. I was going to say these don't count in draft, but that's probably wrong because I played exactly Grixis. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video and seeing how it ends. If these longer draft videos and me being a little salty because, let's face it, I haven't quite found out how to fully enjoy draft yet. If that bothers you, I'd encourage you just stick to the videos on the main channel where I can kind of monitor my mood better for about the first hour of gameplay. But in the meantime, I hope you had fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.